By that point, it could be a Category 1 hurricane, and then it's going to be tracking across the western part of Cuba. It could be a Category 2 by that time, but the way it's moving, it's going to be tracking towards the Gulf of Mexico, and we've seen a lack of fronts and really not a lot of systems sweeping across the region, and then we trend a little bit drier early next week. That certainly happens the region, and then we trend a little bit drier early next week. That certainly happens many times. As you can see there, the models bring that moisture and what's left of that system in our direction. So we're going to be watching Rafael. We have an isolated shower in the forecast for Election Day. Those rain chances will gradually ramp up over the next couple of days, and especially for this weekend with that tropical system in the mix. It's been windy out there. Look at the winds right now. Anniston and Ashland seeing some gusts over 30 miles per hour. That wind is whipping out there across parts of the area. That's one of the big things tonight. That breeze is going to be around, and I think it could be kind of breezy out there for tomorrow as we look at Election Day. You can see that forecast there showing those temperatures by 2 p.m. in the 70s, but the chance for an isolated shower, and that's what we're going to be dealing with tomorrow as we head out to the polls. Again, temperatures will be in the 60s there early tomorrow morning, and we'll see those readings warming up into the 70s during the afternoon. But as we go to meteorologist Tania Michelle. Tania, tomorrow, not as we were talking about, just an isolated rain chance for us. Of course, a different story for other parts of the country.
Yeah, listen, so Wes, we have that possibility for a few isolated showers around for us here. We're going to switch the screen right now to our other MAX system and pull up that Election Day graphic for how you can best prepare as you head out the door to those polls tomorrow. So fast forwarding here, heading out to the polls, we'll break down those conditions throughout the day. We're holding on to a few clouds around for the start of your morning. So temperatures 8 a.m. upper 60s. We're going to fast forward it again by noon, 77 degrees, 4 o'clock already getting close to sunset, down into the lower 70s at that point. And by 7 p.m. we'll see those temperatures cooling off a little bit more, Wes, and those temperatures there in the upper 60s. And fast forwarding for how you can exactly and what you can exactly wear as you head out to the polls tomorrow. We're going to show this graphic right here. It wouldn't hurt to pack that umbrella. That's why I put that umbrella there. You can wear those short sleeves. Again, Tuesday morning, temperatures ranging throughout the morning hours, low 60s to low 70s. By the afternoon, we'll see those low 70s and maybe a few low 80s. And by the evening, 80 degrees down back into the 70s. So not bad forecast here for us for those polls and for those of you heading outdoors. But other parts of the country will be seeing some wet weather, and we'll keep you up to date on that. But taking you across the country now to the Central Plains, where a severe weather outbreak left millions on alert from those severe storms that are likely from northeast Texas to southwest Missouri, where tornadoes and damaging winds are the main hazards with any storms that developed. Several tornado warnings have already been issued, with the National Weather Service also reporting gusts of 94 miles per hour across parts of Oklahoma.
All right, yeah, I was just looking here, Tania, and we're tracking all this severe weather. Notice this one storm report, multiple social media photos of a tornado on the ground. That was not far from Fayetteville, north of there, but you can see that there are several, what you're looking at, these are the tornado reports, the local storm reports from today. Also, you see reports of flooding and heavy rain for areas to the north. So from a flood risk to areas where we have tornadoes and several confirmed tornadoes, a lot of active weather happening. And this is one of the reasons why I mentioned this earlier. It's been so windy here across the region, because when you get a setup like this, and especially these severe weather outbreaks in the areas to the north, we've got this broad southerly flow that's across the southeast and is feeding into this system here, as you can see. But those storms, they were ongoing yesterday. We had severe weather over the weekend. You can see the tornado reports around Oklahoma City, and now that's starting to spread into Arkansas. And here's the thing, if we go over to the severe weather outlook, we go to the Storm Prediction Center. Let's take this over to the Day 2 convective outlook, and let me clear some of this off. You can see going into Election Day, the severe weather risk starts to lift further north here. Looks like in the parts of Wisconsin, looks like a marginal severe weather risk happening there. Let me take some of the storm reports here off the screen, and we'll take it out to Day 3 convective outlook, and it looks like just a risk for some showers, as you can see, by Wednesday across our region. So it does look like the magnitude of that severe weather level is going to back off some here over the next couple of days. But we'll talk more about our rain chances, and we'll talk more about the tropics coming up. Tania?
We certainly will, Wes, but all of this comes days and really just one day after severe thunderstorms and a tornado moved across parts of Oklahoma, injuring at least 6 people. You can see some of the damage in Oklahoma City, where several homes and structures were hit, along with power lines, trees, and traffic signals. Those injured were hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries, thankfully, but about 95,000 customers across the state are without power at least through Sunday morning. City fire crews also responding to a number of flooded vehicles. And as residents begin the cleanup process of this weekend's storms, they're also expressing gratitude for emergency alerts that let them know about the last night's storms. Jameson Keofer has more.
Destruction after what people in southeast Oklahoma City thought was a typical thunderstorm. Katie Anderson and her husband Jackson were jolted awake early Sunday morning.
We woke up to the National Weather Service alerts on our phones, and it took us a second to understand what it was.
Debris crashing into their backyard, including someone else's boat. Plus, the weight of the rapid rainfall caused their roof to collapse in multiple places, including just feet from their bed.
I could only see when there was flashes of lightning as we were going, but it was just random things moving. So it wasn't just your normal thunderstorm.
Anderson was living in Shawnee when the April 2023 tornado damaged her home there. She moved to southeast Oklahoma City only to experience another destructive storm less than 2 years later.
The fact that we woke up is a miracle. Every single thing is replaceable, but the people aren't. And so for us to walk away with absolutely no injuries, no issues at all, that to me means way more than whether or not I have a couch or a roof.
In comparison to what some of her neighbors are experiencing, she says they are lucky. Vehicles flipped, lost roofs, or complete second stories gone.
It's really, really bad down there.
Joshua Jetto and his family live in this neighborhood. Thankfully, they're all okay. He tells us they heard the sirens once the storm already hit, but woke up to debris smashing in their windows.
Our grill went flying, everything just destroyed our whole backyard.
Several people said they never heard the sirens, only the alarms on their phones waking them up. Shane Barker said he felt like he and his dog had seconds to shelter before the tornado hit.
I looked outside and within 5 seconds, all hell broke loose.
Several people told us they had to rush to a bathroom or closet without enough time to make it into their storm shelters.
Heard the house being hit by everything, and the house shaking and the roar like you always hear about.
There wasn't much time to even take in what happened overnight. With thunderstorms continuing to roll through while people try to clear debris and salvage what they can.
There's no rhyme or reason to what is damaged in a tornado, and it just feels like a very surreal experience.
Well, coming up in 30 seconds, we take a look at how much rain we're likely going to see by the end of the week, plus bring tips on the importance of smoke detector safety after the end of daylight saving time. We'll be right back.
It's been windy out there the past couple of days and still kind of breezy tonight. Notice these winds gusting over 30 miles per hour to Anniston and Ashland. It looks like tomorrow there could be a couple of isolated showers, still breezy for us. I do think East Alabama has a better chance for showers, especially on Wednesday. So we'll be watching those areas. Here's a look at some of the forecast data. Just take you to tomorrow morning, show you what it looks like out the door. Temperatures in the morning, we're going to see some 60s out there and a partly cloudy sky. We'll see more of those clouds mixing in. And again, I mentioned a couple of isolated showers, better chance of that around midday. See right there, the model's generating just a little bit of rainfall, but we'll walk you through the rest of the day tomorrow. That Wednesday forecast looks like better rain chances later on this week as we go back to Tania. Tania, looks like that could help us out there with that tropical system. Certainly one of the better chances for rain. I know we had some rain on Halloween, but more to come possibly.
Oh yeah, Wes, and this will help bust that drought that we still have in place across central Alabama. But we are looking close to an inch of of rainfall in some areas, maybe near 2 inches, 1.75 inches there in Jasper, 1.75 inches in Coleman. So we could see a good, decent amount of rain to help bust those drought conditions that we're already and still experiencing here across central Alabama. Again, you remember the month of October was so dry, but things have switched so quickly as we start this month of November. And by the end of this week, a good chance of rain is exactly what we need. Well, with daylight saving time now over, safety advocates want you to take a few minutes to check your smoke detectors. Your reporter, Brady Talbert, explains how to do that and why it's so important.
Yes, the Red Cross of Alabama says having a working smoke alarm cuts your risk of death in half in the event of a home fire. The Red Cross says this time change is a great reminder to check your device. Homeowners can do this by pressing the test button. You should hear a long beep, which means it is working. If you do not hear a noise, you should change the batteries or consider getting a new one. While some people may view this reminder as a nuisance, Annette Rowland with the Red Cross tells me your cooperation is vital.
I have made that mistake myself where I hear the beep, and although it drives me crazy, I may not have that time at the moment. But then I think the purpose of this smoke alarm is to keep me and my family alive. It's worth the 2 minutes that it might be to go and test it. And if your family means as much to you as they mean to me, that's worth it.
Both battery-powered and hardwired smoke detectors are only meant to last you about 10 years. So if you have an older model, it might be time for an upgrade. Your reporter in Birmingham, I'm Brady Talbert, WBRC 6 News on your side.
Ahead, we continue to talk about increasing rain chances by the end of the week, and we take you beyond the atmosphere to a tree that was planted in space. That's right. Stay tuned for more Weather Extra. Well, some breezy conditions here for this first Monday in November. Notice over at Sanders Aviation, you can see the flag there whipping in the wind there. Winds of east-south to east at 3 miles per hour. 68 degrees right now. Temperatures are mild, but with that breeze, it's making it feel a little bit cooler. There's a view from Northport and Honey Baked Hams here in Tuscaloosa. Temperature-wise, we'll see those overnight lows down into the 60s. Tomorrow morning looks like maybe some clouds around early in the day. Not seeing much wet weather out the door early tomorrow morning, but you can see as the day goes on, we could see a few isolated showers. All those storms that we've been talking about, a lot of that severe weather across Oklahoma, Arkansas, that's all going to stay north of us tomorrow. So here's what you can expect there around 3 o'clock, a few scattered showers, and then we take it on into Wednesday. We'll go beyond the next 24, and there's a chance we could see a decent wave of rain impact us across East Alabama on Wednesday. A much better chance for those showers the further east you go, and it looks like after that, Thursday's still kind of isolated rain chances. Not a lot of rainfall there for Thursday. It's later in the week when the tropical system, here's Rafael, is expected to churn to the north and become a hurricane and end up in the Gulf of Mexico, and it's expected to weaken as it moves into the northern Gulf. But what's left of this system could enhance our rain chances later this week. I'm looking at a lot of model scenarios. This is just one possible solution here. This is the American model, but just kind of give you an idea of what I'm seeing here later on this week. We are going to see that system moving to the north, and it may start to jog more towards the west as it moves further north. But notice how some of that tropical moisture could lift our way and enhance rain chances as we go into the day on Saturday. So possibility for some showers there for the weekend. Excuse me, and into Sunday, perhaps some leftover showers as well as that system crosses the state. So 10-day forecast right now, we have Friday and Saturday, a better chance for some of those showers from that system. Highs in the 70s, lows in the 60s. Going into Sunday and Monday, looks like we start to trend a little bit drier. Next week, highs in the 70s, overnight lows in the 50s, and perhaps some upper 40s coming back by the middle of next week. Right now, keeping Veterans Day mainly dry. Might see a leftover shower. We'll certainly keep you posted. But how about a Color the Weather photo? And be sure to visit Color the Weather at WBRC.com. But this is a picture submitted by Ava, and we certainly appreciate those lovely rainbow photos there. I think hopefully that brings us some much needed rain, Tania, right? We needed that photo. But there's a lot of different sheets that you can color, or just send us your favorite weather picture. You can color those and send those on the weather app or submit those online. And don't forget, teachers, you can also sign up for weather visits, Weather in the Classroom. A lot of great information right there. Check it out on our website at WBRC.com.
Well, Wes, we've been talking about how we still need more rain, and the good news is, as we look 6 to 10, excuse me, as we look 6 to 10 days out from now, November 10th through the 14th, we're looking at above normal precipitation, and that includes many states across the nation, but definitely us here across central Alabama, which is good news. And as we look at our temperature outlook, November 10th through the 14th, 6 to 10 days out from now, some states dealing with below average temperatures, like areas to our west, California, Colorado, down to Arizona, New Mexico. But as we look for most, or look really to most of our states, they're going to be dealing with above average temperatures. The Midwest, down to Texas, the Southeast, the Northeast. Here at home, we're going to be seeing above average temperatures, and we already have. Our average is now in the upper 60s for highs and 50s for lows, and we're seeing temperatures in the 70s, 80s, and lows in the 60s. So we're looking a lot warmer than we typically are this time of year, and will likely continue to be that way as we look closer to 6 to 10 days out from now. Well, get this, a tree from outer space sounds like science fiction. It really does. But a Virginia middle school now has one of its very own. It's all thanks to a NASA program that plants moon trees from the Artemis 1 mission here on Earth. As Avery Davis reports, the school is using the tree to help teach students science.
Like, I look at this more of a symbol of curiosity, right? And how kind of simple ideas of, hey, I'm going to send a seed to space and see what happens when it gets back.
This loblolly pine named Luna has grown roots on Charlottesville Catholic School's front lawn. Science teacher Mike Ruscia says he applied for NASA's Moon Tree program 2 years ago. Now his students get to help it grow.
So far, it's been a student-led, right? We have had a couple students plant it. And yeah, it's intended for the school to work together to kind of maintain it.
Bruscia says Luna will be a big part of his curriculum from here on out.
There's some plans with elementary school and how they work with plants and trees. Within middle school, we're always looking at experimentation and data acquisition. And then to look at that over a long-term set of data is really great learning for students.
Bruscia students say they're excited to watch this moon tree grow and maybe one day become like the astronauts who took it to space.
That makes me wanna like study science more and then try to like become like an astronaut or a scientist.
Bruscia says the lessons from Luna go beyond science. It's about teaching students resilience and that little things can go far.
This thing went to the moon and back, and it's going to grow, right? So I'm going to think about you as a student, you know, the trials and tribulations of being in middle school, right? You're going to have those headwinds, but you still have all the opportunity to be successful as, you know, anybody else would be.
All righty, everyone, welcome back in. We have some lovely photos to show you. This sunset in Aniana sent in from Sandra Martin, driving into the sunset.
And Janet Whitney sharing a lovely view from Oak Mountain State Park. See those fall colors really starting to pop out there, Tania?
Man, that's so pretty.
What a great time to visit.
The water looks green. You see that?
Yeah. Maybe a little bit of that evening glow, right?
And this one from Donna Jeffries, Panama City Beach sunset. Hey, people still getting their beach time in.
Yeah. Hey, I was checking out the Schooners camera that we have earlier. There were a lot of folks on the beach watching the sunset there. Donna Sorensen in Pell City sharing a lovely sunset.
And this last one from Cindy Stefanov. This is Mount Cheaha State Park.
Talk about a view. That
Beautiful
is an
view.
Incredible view right there at Mount Cheaha. A lot of folks, I know this time of year, especially with those fall colors, another great location to check out. But next few days, it's kind of windy right now for Mount Cheaha, parts of East Alabama. Tomorrow, though, just a few isolated showers for Election Day.
Yeah, that's about it. Increased rain chances this weekend. We'll talk more about the tropics and give you updates tonight, first at 9.
Have a good evening.
Hey, 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 hey. Let's do the 10-day. I'm ready. Yes, sir. In 3, 2. Hey there, everyone. First Alert meteorologist Tania Michelle here with a look at that 10-day forecast. We are tracking some wet weather around for the next several days. A few isolated, widely scattered showers around Tuesday for Election Day. Bring the umbrella and rain jacket just in case. But other than that, not too bad. A few showers around Wednesday, not too bad Thursday, holding on to mostly cloudy skies Thursday. Temperatures in the upper 70s, a few showers around, but our greatest rain chance Friday, Saturday, and ending on Sunday. So if you have any plans to be outdoors Friday and the start of this weekend, do check in for forecast updates. As of right now, we're watching the Gulf very closely, giving you that first alert. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s and staying in the 70s through middle of next week. As we look closer to 10 days out, we're watching next Thursday, dry conditions and temps a little cooler there in the upper 60s. For more forecast updates, don't hesitate to download the WBRC 6 News First Alert Weather app.